Okay, welcome to the PropTracker contacts video. In this video I'm just going to show you how to manage all the contacts you have within your PropTracker system. So I log into the account. I'm going to click on the contacts menu on the left hand menu bar over here. And the first thing it's going to load is the main grid of all the contacts, some of their information. I'll show you how to edit this grid. Also, I'll let you know that these tabs up top will refine your contacts list based upon contact types. So you have homeowner, real estate agent, attorney, etc. And it's only going to display those types of contacts. But I'm going to go back to all contacts for now. I want to show you that you can edit this grid here by column. So you can add columns and remove columns by clicking on any of the arrows of the existing columns. It'll give a drop down of all the possible columns. Uncheck anyone that you would prefer not be there. And then you can check anything else that you would like to be included. So you can kind of personalize it. Also, if you click on this this little arrow in the drop down, it'll give a sort by ascending or sort descending. You can also do that simply by clicking this, just clicking any of the column headers over here. So right now, first name sorted descending. If I click it again, it's going to sort it ascending. We can also do a search here. On the right hand side above the grid there's a little search bar. You can type it in and either hit enter or search, and it'll perform a search of all the contacts that meet whatever you have entered. And it'll also open a new tab for that search. That'll remain until you exit the contact menu. So I'm going to get out of that. You have the option to close any of these tabs too if you feel that it's cluttered, and then they'll reappear next time you load this contacts page. I'll show you how we can add a contact. There's this button on the very left hand side above the contacts list. You hit add contact. It's going to load this add contact page for you. It's going to ask you for all the basic information, you know, what type of contact they are, whether or not they're interested in buying a company, you know, their name, address. You can just fill this out and select create new contact, and it will add them as a contact to the system. I'm going to go back to the main contacts list here. We also have the ability to import and export contacts. So I'll go through that real quick so you guys can see how to do that. I'm going to select export contacts. Click on this button right here, and it lets you choose what types of contact types you would like to export. I'm just going to go for all contact types. And then on the right hand side you have an export contacts button. So I'm going to click that. It opens a new tab in Google Chrome here to download it, and downloads a file. I'm going to open up that file. It's a CSV file that will open in Excel or any other spreadsheet program. And then here it is. It just gives you an exported list of all of the contacts. So I'm going to get out of this and go back to my contacts grid here. Now you can either select these buttons up top to import and export your contacts, or you can select from the left hand menu bar underneath contacts. You also have the option to add new, export, and import. So now I'm just going to show you how to import contacts. Again, we select this button either from here or from this side menu. Go to import contacts. It gives you you have to agree to the terms of service in order to be allowed to import. And it gives this option here that the first row contains column headers. So if you have like a CSV spreadsheet file that has the first row headers, name, phone number, and whatnot, unless you check this, it will add that as a contact. So it's kind of convenient. Also, this only works for CSV files, and it's very easy. If you have an Excel file, you can save as CSV, and so you'll be able to upload it easily. So I'm going to browse for a file here. I got a contact import example here. And the first row does contain headers. I'm going to click next. And then it's going to show all the columns that are existing here. And then we have these drop downs here that will show you that you can assign what column deserves what where it will be inputted into the system. So these look like first names. So if I do the drop down here, I select first name, this is going to be a last name. This is an email address. Sometimes it can guess them correctly, but sometimes you have to edit it, or some of them will be on ignore. So this is the state here. We're going to ignore this one. This is the city, and so on. When you're ready, hit next, and it's going to ask you what you would like to do if contact already exists is encountered. You can either add any information that doesn't already exist for that contact, ignore it and not import that contact, or update it with the information from the imported file. So you're pretty much replacing all the information already for that existing contact. Then we hit next again, and this is, you're provided the details necessary to perform the import. You can click next and it'll upload all of them. It'll take a minute, as you can see here, but now they're there. So 20 records were processed, 20 contacts were created, 0 were updated, and 0 skipped. It gives you a little report. So I'm going to go back to the contacts menu here. Now I'm going to show you the details page of one of these contacts. So I'm going to open one up. So for contact type, it's gonna, you can put all the detailed information here. It has documents that you can add. I will stay on the general tab. So you just, it gives you a place to add information here. You can, whether they're interested as a buyer. Now this over here is nice. You can give them a password to log in with, and if you do this for a contact, they will be able to log into the system, and they see very limited things. They would log in with the email that they have assigned here and the password you assigned them here. I will show you that in just a moment, but they'll be able to log in and see any properties they're associated with. If you want to save notes on a contact, you can just type it right here, which is kind of convenient. Anything you need to know. It'll show when it's created, the last activity of the contact. We'll save it so that note stays. And then you're going to add, they have associated documents, contact documents, which are associated with just your contact, or property documents, and they're all the documents that are saved within a property, which is explained in another video, that this contact would be associated with. We got all their email information. You can send them an email directly from here. So if you select send email, it'll let you enter subject and just whatever, this. Select send, it'll send it directly out of your PropTracker account directly to the contact. And then we have a property matches tab here. This is if they are an interested buyer looking for a specific buyer criteria, which is the next tab, and you have any properties that match it. I'll show you the buyer criteria. So let's see if we can make a match here. Save this information, and then any properties they're associated with. So we'll add a property to associate them with. This is the one we've been using for these videos. So now she's associated with this property. So now if we go back to the documents, or excuse me, property matches, looks like our buyer criteria has not matched any of our properties. However, if this buyer criteria matches one of the properties you have within your PropTracker system, property matches will appear here. And then associated properties, it's going to show any properties that this contact is associated with. So you can double click on this and it'll take you to that properties details page. I'm going to go back to the contacts briefly. You also have the option to go into a contact and apply an action plan to the contact. action plans will be explained in another video as well. So it's pretty straightforward. It just helps, all your customer relations. You can send emails right from here, associate them with your properties, add, export, and import. It's just kind of convenient. It's like a little phone book. Keeps everything organized, keeps you, in touch with all of your contacts. I hope it's a big part of the PropTracker application, so I hope you find it useful and make good use out of this contact section. Okay, one last thing I want to show you before I go actually is that contact login that I mentioned earlier. So I'm going to log out. I'm going to log in as the contact we were just in. Where I assigned that password. If we log in, it'll open a little contact login side. So it's going to show what properties they're related with. The property notes, it gives them a little mortgage calculator widget here. The property notes, it just shows the notes associated with the property. Now they don't have the ability to add notes, but they can see the notes that have been added. They can view the property details, property general information, and the property documents. They also have the ability to contact by sending an email to whoever is email is associated with the PropTracker account. They can view properties or see a list of your existing properties on the map, or at least any properties that have all their details filled out. Looks like we only have a couple of them in this demo instance here, and so it's just kind of convenient. It gives them their profile, so you could edit. They can edit their information. They can upload a photo of themselves. They also have the option to opt out of emails, all their contact information. It's just kind of convenient, so you can go into a contact, create them a password, and then that contact will be able to log in, see the properties they're associated with, whether it's a homeowner who has just their property associated, or an agent or a realtor, someone who has multiple properties associated with them. They can log in and take a look at them here. So I hope you make use out of this as well. It's a nice feature within the system, allowing your contacts to be able to stay up to date with all the properties. It just helps business run smoother. They can come in here and upload documents. I mentioned this in the property document video as well. So if they go into their property, they can go to this Documents tab. So say you have a homeowner that has to upload a document that's related to a property. They can come here and add a document and upload a document right from their computer. And then when you go and look at take a look at the property documents from the admin side, this will be up here. So it just kind of keeps everything easy, keeps everything in one place. So I hope you took a lot out of this video. You make good use out of the contact section as well as this client side or contact login. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.